Yeah, so this is the one spot in the album where computers are allowed to kind of creep in. Hey everybody, Johnny Rock here today with Juan Garcia and Max Feinstein, and sitting in for Javier Valenzuela is A Monkey's Head. We're here today to talk about Window to the World. It's a song that was, the music was written by Javier, the lyrics were written by me, and so let's get to it. Search the world, find the one to love. The lyrics are based on my own obsession with TV and the internet, but in a broader sense is a sarcastic commentary on just how digitally dependent our society has become. I guess the promised land arrived. Everywhere you look, there's somebody glued to a cell phone or a computer. And I wonder a lot about that. I wonder what makes us so tech dependent. You know, do the benefits really outweigh the consequences of this technology? Window to the world. So how did this group come to be?
We've been friends since 2012. We started working, you know, in Blue Sour. It was an original project, and after you told me that Javier gave you the idea to start working with the song, I thought it was pretty cool, you know, to get the invitation and to, you know, participate.
Johnny was talking to me like, hey, you want to come in and do something on this? And of course I'm going to do it. You know, when Johnny calls, you answer.
Most of them do anyway. Right, buddy? Wouldn't be fair unless we gave Javier his 2 cents. Go ahead, man.
I am honored that Johnny chose this song to be included in his project.
Seriously though, folks, Javier very politely declined to be in our video, but he did send us some good words and some guidance, so we do love him, but for now, he is A Monkey's Head.
This song is one of several instrumental tunes I wrote back in 2001. I was listening to a lot of Dave Matthews Band. The style is a mix of pop/progressive, rock/blues and Latin.
I chose this song because I liked the groove. It's not necessarily a simple part, but there's a simplistic kind of vibe to it, so it allows you to do all these like busier parts like the bass line and the funk guitars, and you can really stretch out chords on top of it, so I kind of picture this song as like a sonic playground. Javier had most of the song completed. We just got together and rearranged the sections in rehearsal.
So we got short transitions, long transitions, and strong transitions.
Johnny Rock's drumming, as always, was spot on. From solemn and solid during the verses to elegantly virtuosic in the instrumental part.
A part that Javier had been playing on keys was transferred to the role of bass, and that allowed him to be a little bit more groove-oriented.
I had the pleasure of performing my parts at Sound Over Sound using vintage gear, such as a Yamaha CP70 electric piano.
It hit me like right away that he should be playing that song on a CP70. It's just one of my all-time favorite instruments. You can hear it on a lot of classic rock records. It's usually got a very thick chorus kind of sound to it, and the way that we got that sound was to double track it with a bit of vari-speed, so that one track was just ever so slightly out of tune. By a stroke of luck, John Bross just happened to schedule delivery of a grand piano for the middle of September. So halfway through the session, I decided that Javier should come back and play both the bridge and the outro using a real grand piano. Yeah. Let's have the grand piano do that. That'll be cool, because it'll kind of close out that whole section, and then we're back to where we started.
John, I believe this is the very first recording of the Yamaha 6-foot Parlor Grand, the beautiful Parlor Grand, right?
Yes, it is. Later in December, Javier stopped in one night to add a Hammond organ in those same spots. I don't think we really need the organ at the very end.
I honestly, I'm going to tell you something right now. Put it in there. If we don't need it, we'll get rid of it.
Okay.
Or we'll use it. Do it. Trust me.
Like 1-2 takes later, I was like, okay, you're right.
When it's used correctly for what it's intended, you can't touch it.
The musicianship of great guitarists Juan Garcia and Max Feinstein added the precise texture and finesse the song demanded.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night! You taking fours and then me taking fours and then just sort of having us weave around each other a little bit more, and that the harmonies in the song itself are very happy accidents.
You and I got back from a session for the record and brought this bad boy out. This is Daft Punk's Random Access Memories. Within about 10 or 11 seconds, we both kind of knew exactly what we were going to need to do as far as, you know, the guitar work.
That had just come in the mail, and we had known about Get Lucky, and there was a lot of buzz about that, but I don't think anything could have really prepared us. It's so much fun.
We thought that putting in some kind of like funky stuff, especially after listening to that great album by, you know, Daft Punk, I guess the song needed that, you know? It needed that kind of vibe.
Give yourselves a big hug and a big pat on the back.
I love you, man.
Love you, man. We gotta work more together.
Yeah, I know.
With the basic tracks finished, it was kind of up to me to finish the song. So the first thing that I did was the vocals.
I know when I've been defeated. Okay.
Don't say that.
All right.
This was the first time that I knew for sure that I wasn't going to be aided by digital pitch correction. I'm also not a really active singer, so I just kept re-recording the part until I was confident with what I had.
Should I be hanging left or bang right?
The lyrics are very well blended with the rhythms of the song, and the melody is a lot of notes that are repeated, and I think that works to its advantage.
There is a really like a strong intensity and, you know, kind of like, you know, saying what you feel about what's going on today, you know.
We're really ghosts in the machine.
All of this content is put there by people, so while there's all these useful resources and forums, there's a dark side and a distracting side. For all the ways that the web makes us come together and evolve, there's many more ways that it divides us, so it's a kind of a paradox.
Okay, that'll do.
There's no digital manipulation of the instruments or the main vocals, but the sound effects throughout the song were sampled. The drum machine that opens the song is actually a preset from an old Casio keyboard. A bunch of these samples are taken from my own personal archive of cassettes and home movies.
Wow, he's got a new TV, huh, John?
Yeah, just what he wanted.
Some I recorded here at home, and other clips I had found online.
But it remains true. It still is possible to effect positive change in society.
I'd like to go deeper.
Deeper.
I'd like to talk about the end of the song. I'd like to talk about John Roccasano's first musical idea, ladies and gentlemen.
When I was in first grade, I was in a deep sleep one morning, and I dreamed this snippet of orchestral music. Just as soon as I heard this piece, my alarm clock woke me up. So what you hear is pretty much exactly what I've been carrying around in my head since 1989. So yeah.
Wow.
That's the last.
Yeah.
That's the last bit.
That really puts some context on things.
The digital collage makes it possible to include every sound but the kitchen sink. So why not go all the way and actually include the kitchen sink?
That's good.
Got it.
The song is Window to the World. The album is Johnny Rock and Friends for the record. Rock on, here's your preview.